Well, thanks everyone for being here at the December 5th roundtable. I know you have a lot of stuff that you're getting ready for Christmas. We have a big crowd today. 75 are already in here. I think we have 144 registered, and a lot of folks are joining us from the ACTE conference, whether in the room or in the exhibit hall. I'm up here right in front of the meeting rooms. Uh, you can see we were having the Howdy Texas meeting right down there where all the associations got together, the welcome members. So this first time I've been to one of these in about 20 years, and it's pretty good deal. So we appreciate all of you attending and appreciate all of you that are joining from your home campus. Brian, can you see that slide? Very good. Well, let's just kind of go through the updates real quick. Shouldn't take very long, but remember, Danny Crane always gives us the legal notice that these Zoom-based meetings will be recorded and posted onto the YouTube. And so, if you do not want your picture recorded, um, then make sure that you participate with your video turned off. Otherwise, uh, you're giving consent now to having your picture recorded and put on YouTube. We'd like to remind everyone that CTAT is celebrating its 25th year as it's currently constituted. And of course, we'll have big celebrations at both conferences. So, exciting times for CTAT. This is the fifth season of our professional roundtable. If this is your first one, these started out as COVID updates, and it was such a great opportunity for members to help each other that we just kept going through past the COVID. And I think this is one of the most popular places to get information if you're in the CTE community. Christmas right around the corner. I felt it was important to remind everyone that Santa really just works one day a year and he spends the rest of the time judging you. So keep that in mind. And sometimes uh, Santa's elves don't follow the rules because he said hire a rapper. And I think he meant present rapper, but instead he got Eminem there. And of course, the greatest Christmas movie ever, Christmas Vacation, with Cousin Eddie and Clark. And one of my favorite moments in there is when Clark is cutting up the turkey and Cousin Eddie tells him to save the neck. I think that's the only time I've ever heard that ever. And so let there be lights. And here we go with this month's roundtable. There were some pretty interesting birthdays. Walt Disney was born in 1901. He is, of course, all things Disney. Uh, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Bambi, all the Disney stuff came from Walt Disney, of course. In 1932, Little Richard was born. Good golly, Miss Molly. Uh, and then in 19, Little Richard was great. And in 1951, Morgan Brittany, the actress, was born, and she played a lot of roles. But the one I remember from, she ran over Bobby Hewing and killed him, like at the end of season 5. And then he came back to life later, and that whole season that he was dead was a dream scene. And so she's the one that killed Bobby, but it really didn't count because it was a dream. Some important events happened on this day. In 1955, E.D. Nixon and Rosa Parks led the Montgomery bus boycott, which is very famous part of the civil rights movement. And in 1933, the 21st Amendment to the United States was ratified, which outlawed alcohol. And there would have been a lot of people in trouble here last night if that would have remained law. And of course, it's funny because we think of Walt Disney as probably being the first welding teacher, teaching Mickey how to weld. But anyway, we appreciate you guys all being here and willing to work together and give up an important hour right here at the end of the year. Thank you to our board of directors. And if there's anything you want to get pushed out to CTAT, you can always feed that information to your board member, and then they can bring it up at the many different meetings they have, or you can just call direct. Thank you to all the area presidents. I've seen Brooke here and Miss Massey. Miles is here. Miss Gall, we just talked to on the area meeting. Janelle's here from Area 12. So anyway, thanks to all those guys and all the importance. Of course, if you're interested in any of the programming, we've got next year going on right now, the fifth cohort. We do these monthly roundtables. Of course, our professional conferences in winter and summer. We'll do in-district professional development if you need it, and district program evaluation. So if you'd like to get a program evaluation scheduled for this year, we're scheduling in the spring now. So just shoot us an email at mark@ctat.org. All right, here we go. Oops, gotta try to. Uh, Here's some of the programming that we've been doing through Campus CTE Coach, New Teacher, CTE Plus Finance. We've added a Campus CTE Coach training. Of course, we'll be in El Paso in March, and we've also added a date in Austin in March. So we'll get more information out to you with specific locations. Again, we've said this a million times, but I think the campus CTE coach is important because a struggling teacher is most likely to seek help from a teacher, a nearby colleague down the hall. And so we need to get those people trained and get a skilled resource where teachers will use it. And we think that campus CTE coach makes the best use of that. Again, we're at San Antonio for the vision. If you're here and watching, there will be a reception sponsored by ICV at the Hard Rock Cafe from 8 to 11 tonight. I hear Sammy's going to be there and singing all of George Strait's greatest hits. And you can sign up for any of these events. Just go to the CTAT website and go to events. Advocacy, again, probably it's going pretty slow because we're not exactly sure who is going to be the Speaker of the House. And so until we find out who's going to be Speaker, we don't know who the committee chairman will be. But anyway, we have the priorities. Thank you to the task force for putting those together. And of course, the main thing we'll be watching is keeping the funding mechanism in place as it currently is. Districts of distinction, if you would like to apply, this has been extended out to the 13th. And keep in mind, this is a designation. If you meet the points, you earn the designation. So we're using the same software that does the awards base. So we're excited about all the districts that are being discovered as districts of distinction. I think we have around 20 so far. So super exciting. Don't forget, if you haven't registered for the winter conference, need to get that done before you leave for Christmas. That's February 10th through the 12th in San Antonio here at the Grand Hyatt. Usually we'll have Chelsea and her dog, Skipper, will be here, and he's had a little trouble. He went to the eye doctor the other day, but Chelsea's in the Howdy, Texas meeting. And so I think I'll just run through the updates real quick. Your December to-do list, you want to do recruitment and start doing pre-registration stuff, developing your marketing and recruitment tools for each program to study. And then, as always, review and compare your principals and superintendent's FTE report. Engineering TEKS were discussed at the November 18th through the 22nd board meeting. Those went through fine. Also, there's some career development events that are coming up. All this information is also on the CTAT chat. The work-based learning, the CTE 101, and this is for teachers that teach a career tech class like advanced animal science or forensics or anything that counts as a core academic credit, but they're not CTE certified. They have to take the CTE 101 class. Also, TEA has approved through some grants some new CTSOs if you're wanting to try those out. Future Coaches of Texas, ProStart, Texas Hotel and Lodging Association, and the Young Billionaires Club. So if you want to check out those new CTSOs that are being piloted, get after it. Also, as a reminder, if you haven't used the virtual school network, then they offer students a lot of access to CTE courses if you're at a small district. The RDA mass results have been released on November 14th, so they're available for you. Your snapshot district profile data is available to you as well now. Cliff's point this month was they asked, can you use Peak 22 funds to pay career prep student workers who are employed by a school? Well, no, because they're not CTE employees. They're employees of that school. So you cannot use Peak 22 funds, and you should just use regular district funds assigned to that campus. Lamar Consolidated Independent School District broke ground on new Career Tech Center. Congratulations to Dr. Lazar and her crew there at Lamar. And also, if you looked in the CTAT chat, then you saw that our regional spotlight this month was ASC Spotlight was Region 7, and all the great programming that they do. That's Mark Parkerson, Kerry Chandler, Kimberly Harris. We sure appreciate you guys at Region 7, and thanks for all you do. And so you certainly a well-earned spotlight. And so I'm going to stop sharing and get back into the gallery mode and see if anyone has any topics to bring up. Mr. Mackey, good to see you.
Great to see you, sir.
You're sitting right there by Miss Murr on my screen. She can keep you in line. Well, I wish I had better updates as far as the legislation, but we're sitting there and we're really just waiting to see who the speaker's going to be and then who the committee chairman will be. And that's a kind of stalemate for now.
Okay.
It'll all happen at one time. That's the way it did the last session.
Hey, Mark, can we share what's going on at Winter Conference from Area 7?
Miss Massey, I'm so glad you hopped on there. I was looking for you. Yes, would you mind sharing about your riverboat rides? I'm going to pin you.
Yes, perfect. My video's not on. Sorry, I'm in the truck. I just wanted to share with everyone, if you are coming to Winter Conference Area 7, since it's in our own backyard, we have reserved 3 riverboat barge rides that'll be taking everybody on an hour tour of the downtown Riverwalk. If you haven't done it, it's free of charge, and it's going to be available to the first roughly about 90 people that show up that day. So the barges will pick up right there at the Grand Hyatt on the Riverwalk. So if you're free that Monday night and in town, come down, and if there's space on the boat, jump on and come take a tour of the downtown Riverwalk.
And Miss Massey, that's typically about $20 bill or so to ride those things, isn't it? Pretty expensive.
It is. It is. We have some industry partners in our own backyard that are really supportive of CT and what we do. So they're actually paying for the barges. So it's in partnership with our area and our local companies here. So we're really excited about that. But yeah, it's about $20 a person.
I've never ridden it because I'm a little bit thrifty. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to it. And thank you so much. And call your crew out there at 7 and Area 7 and how much you do there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, fantastic. Jacob, you had something?
Yeah, just a question if y'all heard any of this as far as the upcoming legislative session goes. We've heard a little bit about a push for any increase to the basic allotment to be tied to raises for teachers, great, but teachers that are certified. So I was curious if y'all have heard any of that.
We have heard that the basic allotment raises are going to look small and that they're wanting to try to tie it to teacher incentive allotments. And so that's what we've heard, but who knows? The basic allotment is the best place to increase money because that raises all boats. CTE teachers get a raise, fine arts gets a raise, everything gets a raise if you raise the basic allotment. So that's what we're pushing for, but I have not heard that, Jacob, but thank you very much. Has anyone else heard that at your district? Well, that's
heard it from our state legislator, our representative in this area, and then I need to go back at the SBOE meeting from, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. It was in the middle of that big elementary curriculum adoption, but I think they were also working on legislative priorities. And I have to go back, but I swear I saw something in there somewhat
Well,
related to that, but I'll go
I
back and check.
I just wonder if a DOI teacher is going to count to be certified.
Right. That's the big question.
Iffy, yeah. So Jacob, thanks for throwing that out, and we'll keep an eye on it. And if anyone sees anything like that, make sure you shoot us an email or a bill number or whatever. Fantastic. Anyone else have anything? Go ahead.
Hey, Mark. I have a question, just kind of the group. Have any of you had any experience with the Adobe Creative Cloud where they've no longer allowed the access, if you have the educational platform, access to the stock videos, clips, and photos in those programs? The students are not being able to download that to use for their production of their videos or whatever they're creating in the Arts and AV pathway.
No, this is the first time I've heard of that, Rebecca. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I bet you they're trying to make some money there, hey?
Well, from what we understand, I've been working with our tech department, and I've got a teacher from industry, and he's just got a wealth of knowledge, and he knew that they had shut down the stock photos a little earlier in the year, but now like the video clips and audio clips have now been shut down, so they can't download those. So we're trying to find an alternative solution. And with all districts, I'm sure everyone is as tight in security as we are, that just being able to download those and utilize those and not infringe upon copyright issues. And so I put it in the CTE forum just to kind of see if anyone else had any experience in it, just really trying to get some guidance and how we can help out arts and AV teachers.
So
Well,
what
I
I've
hope
done,
it's just a tech issue.
no,
I hope
I
that's
don't think it is. I think it's a licensing issue, copyright issue, and I think that they're moving there, Mark. I think they're forcing what we've done because we too had a guy come in about 4 years ago, and we worked with a local company in McKinney called The Vault, and they basically give us Creative Common licenses, and we pay $500 a year. Our teachers, our students, they all have access to it. So you and I can send you that information. I mean, it's worth it. $500 a year gets me all I need for all videos that we're gonna make and all that good stuff. I bet you I bet you they're changing that up, Mark.
Oh, I would
Ted,
love, because no, it's actually, Mark, it's new. It's anyone who's using the Adobe educational platform, which makes it, more affordable for us. Because if we were purchasing it just the normal professional way, it'd be completely different. But as the educational licensing, that's what they had shut down. So yes, Mr. Mackey, that would be so appreciative if you could share that with me. I'll put my email in the chat.
Ted, do you
There's
mind? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Ted.
I was going to say there's a link to the company. If you just tell them that Ted Mackey sent you, they'll hook you up.
Thank
Ted,
you. I appreciate it.
That's
Ted,
something you can share with all of us.
yeah, Ted, will you put your email in there?
Yep.
And then that way, whoever wants that information from Ted, he can just copy and paste it. And that sounds like a great solution.
Mm-hmm.
I
I was in the same situation. Yeah, last year.
Anna
Thank you.
ISD making headway.
There's another company for I haven't come to a solution yet for the stock photos, but there's another company that our graphic design teacher, he's another industry guy that we were working with, and I maybe I'll have that solution too pretty soon. But I know this is what we're doing for AV. So the company is Stephen Arnold Music for our sound, but not for the and I think this is kind of also, and Adobe wouldn't know this. They're a very small company. There's only like what 1,100 employees there. I think some of this has to do with the fact that a lot of your arts AV programs have moved to more of a production based, and they're doing a lot of live streaming. And I bet you Adobe's protecting themselves some type of way.
And that's what we were assuming as well, because And, because we put out a Buzz News and I wanted, we want to make sure we're not infringing any bond royalties or anything like that. And just making sure that not to get the district in trouble. So that's kind of where I was trying to, pick the brains of all the experts. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. That's great information. Anyone else have any questions or comments? Tally Joe, can you hear me down there? Looks like she walked away. Looks like Miss Morgan said that Adobe doesn't include stock with education subscriptions because they have no way to filter it. Yeah, that makes sense too, Miss Morgan. Thank you. Mr. Dog, Chelsea.
Yeah, would everyone like an update on Jasper Tweed? No, he's not with us. Randy's like, yes, we would. He's doing great, y'all. He'll see you at winter conference. We're gonna set up a kissing booth. And he'll give you all the lovin's.
We're sending that dog to the pound is what we're doing. I think they got one over by the Alamo. Anyone else, any good comments or information you want to share? I was trying to get Tally Joe to share about that meeting, but I guess if no one has anything, is she talking?
No, she's on two different phones.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you, Ted, for putting your email and everything in that, and thank you for sharing.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
we'll keep everyone up to date on the legislative stuff. So watch your email. And then next month will be the first meeting or the last meeting before conference. And so maybe we'll have some more info for January. Miss Massey, thank you so much for lining up those riverboat buses. And just we sure appreciate that. And everyone ought to take advantage of that. That's going to be on Monday night. And so hope we can all make it. All right. Well, last call. Well, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So we'll see you.
Hey,
oh,
we want to tell everybody hi from ACTE. Look, there's Paul, Lindsay. Robin's doing what she does. She works, takes care of all of us.
Tell Robin to show her cowboy hat.
Hey, Robin. You're live, but everybody needs to see your hat. Hello. Nice to see you.
She looks like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Look like a man.
Someone's got a tambourine playing behind us.
I hear it. Hey, Tally Joe, would you like to just give a 1-minute synopsis of the Howdy Texas meeting?
So Howdy Texas meeting, it was pretty dynamic. It was great to see over 142 people here at ACTE, which is always exciting to see how dynamic we are as a group from the great state of Texas. I think some of the things that we found is it was a collaboration between TIVA and CTAT, which kind of got a different approach a little bit. So it was great. ACTE came in and told us about some of the things that they're doing legislatively and always empowering us to just go outside of our boundaries of the state of Texas. And as always, our star of the show, Robin, she told us all things CTAT, and hopefully our membership grows.
Thank you, Tally Joe. Anyone have any questions? All right. Well, last call. Well, I'm going to stop the recording